Okay, John, I drove over 3 hours to get here through traffic and all kinds of nonsense. So what are we after today?
We're going spoon plugging for crappies.
For crappies, huh? Okay, what's the outlook? What do you expect?
I expect it to be good. Usually when I expect it to be good, it ain't so good. But we've been catching them in nasty thunderstorms coming through. You think that they're going to be gone, and they're still there. So the urge to spawn overrides some of these fronts we've been having, and I expect a really fun, productive day.
Well, John, we better, because as you know what I say, let's go get them.
Let's do it.
All right.
Barely a keeper.
Barely a keeper, all right.
They're not biting very good just yet, but as the day goes on, it should get a little better. Come on, dude.
That'll work.
Pretty.
Got another one, John.
Yep.
Another good one.
Getting a little bit bigger, but that's not the big one yet. But I'll take him. If I get one that I think's big enough. Another nice crappie.
Another nice one.
Yes, sir. Wawasee at its best.
You're smoking them.
And these aren't even big ones, man. I hope we get some big ones to show you today. About the same, I guess.
Yeah, good. It's a good one.
Beautiful.
So, John, it's a little bit slow. What's your thoughts on it?
Well, they're just not active yet. Yesterday started out the same way. But as the day went on, got a little bit warmer, they got more active. And then they quit about 5 o'clock last night. But from about 1 o'clock till about 5 o'clock last night, they were really good. They were more active.
What kind of structure situations are we fishing?
We're fishing bars, mostly the inside, from the inside turn to the tip of the bar. Those are the best places. I mean, they're just like the bass. The crappies are like the bass. They use the structure. And then the breaks on the structure will be in the form of a hard spot surrounded by weeds or patches of weeds up on top of the bar, just inside the inside weed line.
Is there any particular inside turn that you're working? Because the bars usually have 2 inside turns.
Well, it seems like the side of the bar where the deepest water comes in close is the best. You catch them all along one side, then you go around the point, start working down the other side, it's not as good.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yep.
Deepest water's home of the fish.
Yep.
So, all right, so we're moving on to another spot?
Yep. All day long, spot to spot.
Till they turn on.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get some more, John.
Yep. We got there, buddy.
Hey, John, I got a nice crappie. You put me on a nice crappie. Yeah, and they're hitting kind of funny, boy. It's just a weight on there. You don't even feel them. They don't even hit it. So, but that's a beauty.
What was that fish on, Jim?
That fish was on a 32nd ounce jig.
What part of the bar? What was there that you caught the fish off of?
We caught him on a hump.
A hard spot.
Hard spot on a hump. Yeah, John, we caught that on a hard spot surrounded by weeds, and I think we need to get right back at it. So let's put him away and we'll get some more.
Good job, Jim.
Thank you, John.
Hey, Jim, we moved down a little bit, picked up the marker and moved down and didn't go about 2 or 3 boat lengths. You got you a dandy.
That's a sweetie.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
That's getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
That's a nice one.
Thank you, John.
Way to go, buddy. This is a crappie. This is an okay one.
That rod is bending, John.
You know what? It is a bass. Yep, it's a bass. Perfect. Beauties.
What'd you get there, John?
Another crappie.
Another crappie. Keep bringing them in. This is the hottest spot so far.
Ain't bad. It's gonna get better today.
It's gonna get better.
They're gonna heat up.
John, we just got a double.
Yeah, we got a double. Of course, Jim get the little one. I got the big one. There is a difference between Jim and I.
You know what? That was mean. That was really. You know what?
Was it?
I'm gonna tell Debbie.
Okay, if I apologize on film, will you accept it?
No, it's too late.
All right. But
what are you gonna do with my what?
No, sorry, Jim. You want to keep that little one? You You want to throw him? I'll
No.
just throw him back. It's all right. Now we don't have to look at him. Let's catch another one.
John, you kind of switched over from the crappies to the bass. What's going on?
And we just kind of got out of the crappie area, and I said, I'll show you how to catch the bass.
Absolutely. What is
Catch
that?
them off the hard spots on the inside weed line.
And that's about number 4, huh?
Yeah, in about what, 10 casts?
10 casts, yeah.
If we could catch them like that, it's easy. It's really, really easy. It's all inside weed line stuff, fishing the hard spots on the inside weed line. I mean, we're still close to the drop off, but I don't know if Jim's camera can get it, but right there we just passed a really hard spot. You can see the lighter colored bottom and then it gets dark. Those are the spots you cast to. All they are is breaks where the fish are going to be.
John, you seem to be in a bit of a hurry on this spot. What's going on? Why?
Well, Seth, he might be out here already. I'm worried about Seth. If he gets out here, he'll come out here and catch them all. Yeah.
Talk about ungrateful, huh?
I told him yesterday I'm going to stop telling him stuff.
I don't
Every time I teach him something, he comes out here and just takes advantage of it, and there ain't going to be any fish left.
The nerve of some people, you know?
You know what he told me?
What?
I can't believe how easy this is. How come there's more people that don't do it? I said, hey dude, I don't know.
Yeah. That's a beauty.
Yeah, I thought I had the Mac Daddy that time, but he's just a nice one. I'm waiting for a 14-incher. We ain't got a 14-incher yet today. He's probably 12 and a half. Really? Oh my gosh. That's all right. He's in the net. That's what my daughter would say in something like that. Really, Dad? Got one a little bit bigger.
I would say just a little bit bigger.
That's
What
a nice one.
What a beauty.
That's a netter.
That's a netter.
Yeah,
We netted them.
Beautiful.
We netted them.
That's what we want a bunch of today.
That's it.
That's a nice one. I might have to clean some of these tonight, Jim.
As a jumper. He was
Yep,
a jumper.
This one jumped like a bass.
Jumped like a bass.
Another one for the grill.
What'd you say, John?
He's just a nice one. I thought he was bigger.
Looks pretty darn big to me.
He ain't bad.
Hey.
Check it out.
Got a bunch of splashers in there.
Yeah.
Got a bunch of splashers in there.
We don't have any 14-inchers yet, but we're going to get some. I thought I had a Seth Weingard crappie. I took me and Seth, the guy in our club, fished last night, and he caught all the big ones. A Seth Weingard crappie. I thought I had one, but not quite.
Heaven forbid I should catch one. Heaven forbid. Heaven
Jim,
forbid. I'm a guest. I drove all this way. Heaven forbid.
You haven't caught one yet?
No.
Well, you know what?
No big ones for me.
If it was my camera and I was taping you, it would make you look like you were catching them all. So I like it that way.
Oh, look at that slabberino.
That's a nice one.
That's what you call a slabberino.
That is a nice one.
Yeah. Finally, you put me on one, John. Finally.
Yep, that's
Sick
almost.
of catching. I'm sick of watching you catch them.
That's almost a Seth crappie.
Almost. Nice one though.
Good job.
Thank you, John.
Beauty. This is one of them. Should have been here yesterday.
Yeah.
Been there and done that, dude. That's good today too, Jim.
Good today. All right.
And there caught some good ones on here too.
Ooh, nice one. There's a nice one.
Boy, he swallowed it. And I see a really good hard spot, better than what we're fishing here.
You know what I like to say? Mine are all keepers. Mine are all keepers.
I see a really good looking hard spot. Oh my God. That was, I shouldn't say that yet.
That looks like a nice one. Oh, that is a nice one.
Ain't a bad one.
Not a bad one.
Big, thick female. This is a nice one, but the ones that Seth was catching was about 1.5 inches, 2 inches longer than this. And They were about that wide, and backs were about that much taller than this one.
If you put that in, there won't be room for mine.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, they're all big ones, ain't they, Jim?
For me, they are. Nothing but keepers. Nothing but keepers.
Oh, God dang it. Me and Seth was talking about fishing last night. We never made it. There he is. Bluegill? Well, something different. Man, he hit that thing. I couldn't catch up. God, he thumped that thing. Oh, I got a good one. This is a good one. That may not be. Another pretty one.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I thought he was a big one. He's not. He's not a Seth crappie yet. But boy, they pretty. Good eating, man. Good eating.
Oh, geez, another one.
From the same area.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Love it, love it. 17. There's another one you must put in there.
18.
19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25.
36, okay.
We got 14 more to go for a limit.
14 more to go. Let's get them.
You are tired. You gonna make it home tonight?
I'll make it home. All right, John. How many crappies do you think we caught today? We kept 48.
Yeah, we got 48 in the live well, and we threw another, I'm guessing, 30 to 35 back. And the ones that we threw back were, in a lot of lakes, would be keepers, but we just wanted the bigger ones.
You can only clean so many, right?
Yeah. I cleaned 26 last night, and I'm going to do it again tonight.
All right. Yeah, just a great day. Just a great day. Give me a synopsis of, give me a wrap up of the structure situations that we were fishing.
We fished the tops of the inside weed line around some of the humps out in the middle of the lake. We just finished up on one here, and those were highly productive. The best spots were the hard spots. I mean, that's why you wear these. You hold close to the inside weed line, and the water's clear enough you can see the light colored spots, and the hard you wanted to cast to them, and that's where the biggest and the most fish were, on the hard spots.
How deep of water were they in?
Anywhere from 5 to 8 feet, probably.
And how deep were we holding for the most part?
Anywhere from 10 to 14, 15.
Okay.
Sometimes we had to go up on top of the humps or the structures to find the best hard spots. Some of the spots, the crown of them, you call it the crown, and then it would break down. There'd be like a deeper flat with scattered weeds on it, and those areas didn't seem to be as good because they were too far away from the hard stuff. So if you went around the edge of the drop off like that, you didn't catch any fish, you looked up on top and seen a hard spot, you just move up there and start casting, and when you get to the hard spot, there they were.
What were we throwing?
We're throwing little jigs, one 32nd ounce jig with a little swim bait tail or a curly tail grub or anything like that. Throw it out, let it go to the bottom, or give it a 5 or 6 count, start reeling slow, and then stop and pause several times on the way in. Most of the time the hit was on the pause.
Okay.
This morning they were real inactive. I mean, we fished 2 or 3 spots and never caught a fish. And then when they started biting, you never felt a hit.
Right.
You just started reeling. You didn't know your rod would load up a little bit. You didn't know if you had a weed or a fish until he started fighting. And this afternoon, it was more of a, they were active enough where they was knocking slack in your line. You had to reel like crazy to keep up.
Well, they were knocking slack in your line, not my line.
Well, and then now, it lasted a good 3 hours.
Yep.
The activity did, at least 3 hours. And then as of right now, we quit catching the bigger ones and started catching the smaller ones and started catching a few rock bass mixed in with them.
And a bluegill. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you know it's pretty much done.
Yeah.
So that's a good time to go home, wrap it up.
Yeah.
It's a blast. Use 4-pound test line, ultralight rods. Not only that's great eating, man.
Nice job, John.
Thanks for the company.
Hey, you're very welcome. Thanks for inviting me.
No problem. Jim, I asked you to come up and go play on Lake Wawasee for a day and catch a few crappies. Did you have a good time?
Boy, I had a great time, John. We got some really quality crappies, and we really didn't work too hard for them. I mean, it was basically find the structure situation. You put me on them. They weren't very deep. Small jig with a twister tail or something on it, and that was it. And then just cast until you found them. So no live bait today. Didn't have to use minnows or anything like that.
What was it like when we found a good group of them?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was great. And I thought an interesting thing was, for the most part, you got whacked a few times, but for me, they were just on. They were just on. Nothing like a big take or anything like that. And as you said, we got what seemed to be a fish, but it was actually weeds. So it took a little bit to determine exactly what you had on.
How many doubles? How many doubles did we get today, Jim?
I bet you we had half a dozen to a dozen doubles today on fish from areas. It was great. And like you said, boy, we caught almost 80 fish today. And no, we caught over 80 fish today. And we're just going to keep 48. But what a lot of fun. What a lot of fun. How long do you think this is going to last, John?
It's already been like this for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
And I really don't know how much longer it's going to last. Last year I got on the tail end of it and only got to come out here a couple times. And when they were easy to catch, and boy, I really regretted it, not knowing about it sooner. So this year I'm having a lot of fun taking advantage of it.
John, it was a long ride here. It's going to be a long ride home, but I'm going to have a smile on my face the whole time because you put me on a fish and I really appreciate it. And you know what I always say, let's go get some more. I'll tell you what, we got some more today. So thank you, big guy.
You won't say thank you when you get home, lay these out and start cleaning them. Thanks, Jim, for coming out.
All right. Thank you for having me, John. Much
You're welcome.
appreciated.
You're welcome.
If you fish with John Bales, you know sooner or later you're going to be cleaning some fish. So that's what I'm going to do right now with that bunch of fish that we caught together, those crappies. So we got some beauties here, so I'll show you how I do it. I'm going to start with my electric. I'm going to cut out those pin bones, just like that. Look at that fillet. Look at that beautiful fillet. Another beauty. Well, this one is definitely the biggest crappie of the day. 15 inches. 15 inches. What a slab. What a fillet. Does it get any better than that? Well, that was quite a job. I'm glad that's over. But you know, that old saying that goes, if you catch them, you clean them. All right, so once again, John, thank you for inviting me out. And let's not forget Buck Perry. Buck, thanks for sharing the information that allowed us to catch fish like this on a consistent basis. Until the next time, you're not going to catch them unless you're out there. So go on out there and get them. So we've caught them, we've cleaned them, now it's time to cook them. So here's my setup. I've got some of those fresh crappie fillets, and I've seasoned them with some salt, garlic salt as a matter of fact, pepper, and some basil. I'm going to cook them in some olive oil and a tab of butter. And I'm going to saute some shallots in that butter and olive oil. All right, come and get it.